In this video, you will see what is the top 10 must-have units in the new Jujutsu Kaisen anime Last Stand update. Every unit in this video are all obtainable and not from trading. I do want to know, what do you think is the best unit in this Jujutsu Kaisen update? Remember to subscribe and like, and with that being said, enjoy the video, guys. In no particular order, the first must-have unit is Strongest Sorcerer Unsealed. Gojo is one of the newest units you can evolve, and he became insanely strong with his insane slow and how incredibly overpowered he is on placement in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Strongest Sorcerer Unsealed stats at max upgrade and max level are 53 million damage with his SPA at 5.82 seconds, making his damage per second at 9,106,529, which is insanely good. Especially he's already way too overpowered with his time stop ability that he gets at later upgrades. And upgrade 3, Gojo will get Unlimited Void, where you can manually time stop and freeze every enemy in his range, and can be activated every 25 seconds, which is honestly so broken, especially when you are trying to clutch in legend stages or even in caverns. When you get Strongest Sorcerer on his last upgrade, he will get a nuke ability where he will deal 10 billion damage. Alright, next unit is Pride the One. Escanor is one of the best damage per second unit with his insane full AoE at later upgrades and his insane team buff in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Pride the One stats at max upgrade and max level at max buff are 35.5 million damage with his burning dealing 42.6 million and his SPA at 5.09 seconds, making his damage per second at 15,343,811, which is incredibly overpowered. Especially at later upgrades, he becomes a full AoE with a huge range, which will carry you in most purgatory caverns. Not only that, it will also help you with your legend stages, especially if you have Pride the One on your first slot. He will be able to buff your whole team by 20%. You heard that right, that is so meta. Okay, next unit is Time King. Julius is one of the best light support unit, especially with his time stop at later upgrades, and he becomes a hybrid in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Time King stats at max upgrade and max level are 12.7 million damage with his SPA at 4.63 seconds, making his damage per second at 2,742,180, which is insanely good. Especially he gets a manual ability and becomes a full AoE at later upgrades. At later upgrades, Time King gets a manual ability where he will be able to time stop enemies in his range, which is quite viable in tough situation when you are trying to clutch. Yup. How to get Time King is through World 2 Ultimate Banner, and if you're going to be summoning for him, good luck. Alright, next unit is Division Vice Captain. Division Vice Captain is one of the best starter light unit, especially on how affordable he is on wave 1, making your grind a lot easier with this huge range, and he does bleed on placement, which cancel out regeneration enemies in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Jujutsu Kaisen! Division Vice Captain stats at max upgrade and max level are 6,300,000 damage with his burning dealing 8,830,000 damage and his SPA at 4.56 seconds, making his damage per second at 3,317,982, which is insanely strong. Especially he does bleed a lot of rip, which will cancel out regeneration enemies. And how to get Division Vice Captain is through Banner 1 and Banner 2. He is going to be very incredibly useful for caverns and legend stages. Okay, next one is Black Swordsman Berserk. Guts is one of the best dark units, especially he will become a full AoE hybrid and will deal dismantle damage at later upgrades in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Black Swordsman Berserk at max upgrade and max level are 27.8 million damage with his Hemorrhage dealing 39 million damage, and his SPA at 6.81 seconds, making his damage per second at 9,809,104, which is insanely strong. Especially you can buff his hemorrhage even more with Soul once you get to World 2, and at later upgrades he becomes a full AoE, which will be useful for Legend stages and caverns. Yeah, I highly recommend to have this unit in your team. Alright, next unit is 7th Company Captain Former. Benimaru is one of the best affordable dark unit, especially he is a heal unit where he'll be able to attack both air and ground enemies right off rip in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. 7th Company Captain Former stats, a max upgrade and max FLR, 11,200,000 damage, with his Dark Flame dealing 53.8 million damage and his SPA at 4.19 seconds, making his damage per second at 15,513.126. Oh my gosh, there's no point. At later upgrades, Benimaru will deal Dark Flame damage, which is incredibly overpowered for Legend stages, caverns, and many more. I highly recommend to pull for this unit, as I consider this unit so valuable along with the other units mentioned in this video. Of course, how to get 7th Company Captain Former is through the World 2 Ultimate Banner. Okay, next unit is Ninel Spirit. No is one of the best water units, especially she will become a hybrid unit and have an insane stats at later upgrades, which will be useful for caverns and legend stages in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Now Spirit stats, a max upgrade and max FLR, 19.6 million damage with her SPA at 6.19 seconds, making her damage per second at 3,166,397, which is insanely good, especially she becomes a hybrid at later upgrades, which is a must for fire caverns and legend stages. She is a must cope for sure. Alright, next one is True Curse King. Sukuna is one of the newest godly unit, and he became one of the best damage per second with his nuke ability at later upgrades and team buff in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Oh my gosh, True Curse King stats, a max upgrade and max FLR, 27.3 million damage with his hemorrhage dealing 62.4 million damage and his SPA at 6.12 seconds, making his damage per second at 14,656,862. Oh my god, that is such a huge number, guys. When having True Curse King as your leader, he will buff your team's range by 35%, which is insanely strong. Do keep in mind that you can only have one leader buff by equipping one of the godlies in the first slot. At the last upgrade, he will get a brand new ability where he will be able to nuke the enemies. How to get True Curse King is by equipping all of the 7 Deadly Sins Evolve units, Pride Noon, and Megami Evolve, and talk to Sukuna at the summon area at World 2. When it is done correctly, you should be able to evolve your Sukuna now. Good luck to everyone who is grinding for True Curse King. Okay, next unit is Flame Breather. Rengoku is one of the best burn units, especially he is a hybrid on placement and is affordable at wave 2. Oh my gosh, making him insanely good for legend stages and caverns in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Woohoo! Flame Breather stats, a max upgrade and max FLR, 12.9 million damage with his flame dealing 15.5 million damage and his SPA at 3.66 seconds, making his damage per second at 7,759,562, which is incredibly overpowered, especially on how affordable he is. Oh my gosh. How to get Flame Breather is from the Demon Capsule, and you can farm Demon Capsule from Infested City Infinite Mode in World Uno. Good luck to everyone who is grinding for Flame Breather. Alright, next unit is Asuta Half Devil. Asta is one of the best dark units, especially he is extremely cheap to upgrade and he is hybrid on placement, which will be useful for caverns and legend stages in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Asuta Half Devil stats, a max upgrade and max FLR, 24.3 million damage with his SPA at 6.24 seconds, making his damage per second at 3,894,230, which is insanely strong since he is extremely cheap to upgrade and is a hybrid right off the bat. How to get Asuta Half Devil is by evolving the rare Asta you can get from banners and evolve the mythic Asta to ultimate Asta by using the evolution item you can get from the Demon Skull Village Corrupted Secret Portal, which is at World 2. So I highly recommend to get to World 2 if you guys have not yet. That is where the overpower units are. Finally, the last but not least unit is Umura Segunda. Ukura is one of the best affordable natured unit which will be valuable for caverns and legend stages, especially he is a hybrid on placement in this new anime Last Stand Jujutsu Kaisen update. Umura's stats are max upgrade and max level are 21.8 million damage with his SPA at 5.91 seconds, making his damage per second at 3,688,663, which is insanely strong, especially he is a nature unit. There aren't as many nature units that have this high of a damage, especially him having avatar trait, which is the second best trait on Ukura. How to get Umura is from the Hollow Dimension in World 1 Act 6, where he has a 5% drop rate both in normal and nightmare. And good luck to everyone who is going to be grinding for him, cause come on now, he is a grass. He's a nature unit, guys. Must cope. That was everything for this video on the top 10 must-have units in the new Jujutsu Kaisen anime Last Stand update. I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. I love you guys.